Divine alignment, divine alignment, divine alignment, divine. I'ma lead, I'ma go far. Told me sleep, but I woke up. I'm at peace, I'm alone now. I'm on the highway. Get ready, get ready, get ready. I'm on the highway. Get ready, get ready, get ready. I said, get ready, get ready.
What is goody, everybody? It's your boy Melody, and I'm back with another video. And I know y'all excited to tap into the divinely aligned realm today. So come on in and take your seats and ground in peace, because we got a lot to cover today. But before we get started, I'm going to ask y'all to please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to stay in tune with future meetings, like, and drop a crown in the comment section below to be divinely greeted. And without further delay, let's get into it. So today, y'all, I'm coming at y'all with some more Scorpio moon shit, as per usual. And as well, this can go for Venus and Scorpio, because it's gonna be regarding love and really all relations. So really any Scorpio placement, but specifically to my Scorpio moons and my Venus and Scorpios. So today we talking about Scorpio moon in the deeper side. What do I mean when I say the deeper side? What I mean is Scorpio moons and really any Scorpio placement like to cut straight through the fluff. We like to cut through the bullshit. We don't like the facades and the the fakery and acting like everything is sweet, fine, and dandy. Now, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful to see, somebody with genuine intentions, somebody who's kind and somebody who's loving and caring and sweet and all of those beautiful things. It's beautiful to see it. But at the same time, we this is the deeper side. We like to get into the depth of people and situations, whatever. We don't like to stay on the surface of shit. So any lighthearted situation, any lighthearted love, friendships. I mean, friendships could be something that can be lighthearted, and it can be something that we can play in or whatever. And we do need to learn to be more, light and go with the flow of things and be more. We're flexible, but like I'm saying, we like to get into the depths of things. So we gonna get into that today, because I just been having like these realizations about myself, and I'm just really like still getting to know myself. I'm 29 now, so getting to know yourself and discovering yourself is like a everlasting journey. It never ends. And sometimes I know what I want in love or like in situations, and then sometimes I don't. It's so complex, and it can be a very contradicting situation, because while I say I know what I want, at the same time I'm still figuring out what I do want. And so in figuring out what I do want, I've come to the realization that I confuse people sometimes. I might seem really nice and really kind and fun and loving and goofy and all of that, but at the same time that's gonna get old for me, and it's gonna get old for any Scorpio moon. Not saying that the sweetness and the kind stuff has to go away, but eventually we want to get to the deep side. We want to get to know the dark sides of you. We want to get to know the ugly sides of you. We want to know what makes you you, and that's what we are looking for, in love. We looking for passion. We looking for that grit and that real raw shit. You know, that shit that's gonna, you know, the things that's gonna make you hold on or give you a reason to really love somebody, you know, because all of the sweetness and the gifts and, you know, the nice shit is going to be, you know, people can give you those things and tell you all types of nice things and smile in your face and laugh with you, and the whole time they got a whole nother motive or intention. And that's why we can come off as really reserved and really like not that open off back, you know. We like to observe people, sit back and just observe any situation or even a person that we like, you know. We might come off as very quiet and shy to the person that we're really into, because we trying to get to know this person. We looking at this person and we observing them like, man, like, you know, what's to you? You know, we trying to see all your kinks and, you know, the details of you, what ticks you, what makes you tick, and, you know, what makes you whatever, what do you love, you know. And we like to pay attention to those things. And sometimes to get those things, we might do pick and you know, we might do little things to get down to the deeper side. And while it may not always be a good thing, you know, and it can be unconsciously done, you know, we can do these things and be like digging under somebody's skin, trying to pry and get to the answers or get to the truth of the situation. But sometimes we scare people off with that, you know. We scare people off with trying to get to the depth of a person, because the people who really don't mean no good is gonna run away, you know. And that's why they say Scorpio people can scare people off, because the people who really don't mean you no good, or the people who not really ready to face those parts of themselves, gonna run away, you know, because we scare them. We mirror back to them things that they not ready to see, or things they not ready to heal or work on. And that's why sometimes we can help people transform, because we're mirroring back to them what they really not ready to see. So you know, it's a lot of people out here that are, most people, I want to say, are on the surface level of things. You know, it's about sex, it's about the looks, it's about what you wearing, it's about, you know, how cool you are, you know, how many of this you got, how many of that you got. And for Scorpio moon, it's, you know, it depends on the placements. You know, it depends on placements, other placements, because you might have a Scorpio moon and be more of an airy person or more of a fiery person. But for the most part, Scorpio is a very intense sign, so it can take over a chart. You know, one or two main placements in Scorpio can really influence a chart a lot. But yeah, like, you know, many people are really focused on like the surface level of shit, like I was saying, like what you got and you know, who you know and all of that. But with Scorpio, we want to get past that. We want to get past the BS and the fluff in the honeymoon phase. You know, we want to cut through the honeymoon phase, like, oh, you know, just the sweet talk, all the niceness, and some people might be rubbed the wrong way by that. Like, why are you like so cold, or why are you so you know, just trying to brush over all of the good stuff? It's because either one, we see the bullshit on the person, or two, we just really want to get to know you for you. You know, we trying to get to the deeper side, and like I was saying, a lot of people are not ready for that. They're not ready to look at that side of themselves and really be open to it, and that's why a lot of times Scorpio people can be uh loners, very much so loners, because a lot of people is just not ready to face themselves and not really ready to go into the deep side, because anywhere Scorpio is, you're gonna be taken into the deep, in the darkness of the human psyche, and that's just plain and simple. So you just, in love situations, or really any situation, like, I'm just learning to take my time and not really open the door to things that it's hard to close the door to. An example, sex. Once you open the door to sex, I'm realizing, like, it's hard to close that door. It's hard to close that door because once you put your attention on sex with another person, it seems like, especially with Scorpio people, like, once you open that door, it's hard to close it because people become really attached and possessive and obsessed with our sexual energy. Our sexual energy is a lot of time what attracts people. And that's another thing, like, when you attract people in a relationship, like a love interest, that's another reason that Scorpio might be trying to cut through the fluff, through the honeymoon shit, because it's like, are you here just to, get down to the real, the sex, or are you really here to get to know me for me? And that's another reason, we want to see, like, is a person really are you really trying to get to know me, or is this something about me that you wish to own or possess, that you're obsessing about? And once you get a taste of that or a feel of that, you discard me. We want to know that a person is really one ride or die, because Scorpio is ride or die. Like, we want to know if a person is just has the capacity to go long term, and even if it ain't even love, for me personally, like, it's not even always about love. I want a friend, to get to know somebody and actually build a friendship. But when, in my experience with Scorpio people, you tend to meet a lot of people who just like to stay on the surface, or they just like the idea of you. They like the idea of who you are and the type of energy that you carry, but they may not have that capacity to really grasp you or hold on to you or be able to go as deep as you. And that can be something that can run the Scorpio off, that could definitely be something that run a Scorpio off, because we are seeking that depth. If you ain't got no type of depth to you, you just like to stay on the surface, and it's cool sometimes. It's cool. But if you really looking for something serious, whether it be a friend, a relationship, or whatever, a business partner, you want somebody that's solid. Somebody that's solid and somebody that's gonna ride or die with you no matter what. And that's what the Scorpio energy is just seeking. We just cutting through the fluff, through the bullshit. We want to get to the real you, and that's typically the darker side of you, which is the hidden. I'm gonna say the darker side of you, because people hear dark and they think like evil, and no, the deeper side of you, I'm gonna say, the hidden self, the part of you that you don't show to people often, the part of you that you've hidden away because you've been hurt when showing that. Scorpio is able to meet people there and be open to people's hidden selves and accept it with no judgment. As far as I know, for me personally, like, and a lot of people just cannot hold that same space for Scorpio people. And that's why a lot of times Scorpio people are loners. I'm a loner, like a natural loner, because as I'm getting older, I'm just realizing like it's not too many people like me. It's not too many people like me. Like, people are not like that much genuine. People are really not genuine. Like, they see me, you know, and it used to be so different. It used to be so different. Like, people see me now, and I feel like people like the idea of me. You know, they see me and they might be like, oh, you know, he looks nice and he keeps himself up and he dressed nice and, you know, he looks intelligent or whatever you see. And they want to get to know that. Or even my sexual energy, you know, because I know, like I said, as I get to know myself, I notice like the type of people I attract or the type of energy I hold. You know, I get eyes everywhere I go. Everywhere you may get people staring at you everywhere you go, and it can be very disturbing. You know, it can be disturbing to be stared at everywhere you go. But that's just that sexual energy oozing off a Scorpio person. And, you know, it's just like people just can't get past once they get a little taste of, oh, I see what this is, you know. It's like they want to move to the next thing, because it's not, a lot of people, like I said, not looking for that lighthearted situation. I mean, a lot of people are looking for a lighthearted situation, you know, and that ain't gonna hold a Scorpio. You know, some people are very intimidated by that depth that a Scorpio hold. You know, a lot of people are intimidated by it because they know that they can't hold a candle to it. You know, they know that they can't even hold you or grasp you or hold on to you. They know that you looking for something deeper and they looking for, you know, and sometimes it's just that simple, you know. And as I said earlier, other times it's people just afraid to go down that route. They ain't ready, you know. But you may spark something in these people and they come back later on, and, you know, once they've done some healing, or once they, you know, because it's just as simple as meeting a Scorpio person and having a couple conversations with them, and it's like a click. You know, it's like a click for some people, like a spark for some people, that they can just be like, you know, it makes them, our energy makes people think. You know, it opens them up and helps them transform in some ways. You know, a lot of times when you meet people with Scorpio energy, it's like karmic. You know, it can be karmic in a good way or karmic in a bad way. You know, karma for that person doing somebody wrong, or even us meeting another Scorpio energy. Like, it could be something that they are bringing to us. You know, either karma of us doing somebody wrong, or it's time for us to see another aspect of ourselves. You know, because we can't always see everything about ourselves just through us, but a lot of times it comes through our connections with other people. Hence this conversation I'm having with y'all, you know, just lately, just looking at you know, just the conversations that I have with people, in the types of people that I'm conversing with, and just like, it's maybe I'm just looking too deep into it, or maybe like, you know, I just already see that it is not gonna go nowhere. You know, it can go somewhere as far as like, yeah, I'm open to getting to know a person always, but is a person open to getting to know me for real? You know, are you really here to get to know me? You know, and once you get to know me, are you gonna stay? Are you going to, you know, really appreciate the person that I am truly? Because that's why Scorpio's stage is really reserved, and like, you know, we let people tell us who they are. A lot of times you don't hear Scorpio outwardly just expressing everything about themselves, because, you know, we just like to observe, and number two, we don't want to give away too much, because people are afraid of us sometimes. People are really afraid of us and really intimidated by our energy, because we just hold this depth that people just a lot of times can't even fathom, you know, can't even make sense of. Like, who is this? You know, who is this? Like, you creeping me out, for one, because I see something in you that's, it's like, I can't even explain it myself, because it's just like, that's just how we are. We're like a what's the word? Like a paradox. You know, we like a paradox. Like, people looking at us and just can't put a finger on what it is about us, but they just know it's something that it's mystery. It's, you know, it's mysterious. We're very mysterious to people. You know, people want to figure out what it is about us. And once they get in there, they just be like, you know, is it, you know, it might be something that scare people off, or it might be something that maybe a person just genuinely don't like, and it ain't necessarily them being scared, but maybe it's something that they just don't like, or something they can't get with, you know, because, you know, we might be into things that people not into, like astrology, occult things. And when I say occult, because that's another thing, when I say occult, people minds just run. Like, when you say darkness, like, people really have to learn to educate themselves. And that's another thing. Like, we're really deep, really deep. We know a lot of things intuitively, and people know this. You know, they don't necessarily know exactly, like, oh, they know this or they know that, but they can just feel that we read them. We can see through them. You know, that's why we can scare people, because they know that we know something. They know we know something. They just can't put their finger on what it is. But yeah, like, people want to possess us, like obsess and possess over us. Like, people just, that our sexual energy can make people so infatuated with us that they don't even know why they really like us, you know. And that's why we want to get to the deeper side. A lot of people don't even know why they really like us. They just know it's something about us, but they can't put their finger on it, you know. And even we can be like that sometimes. We might see a person that we become obsessed with, or, you know, we want to possess our partner, or possess a person that we have got interest in, you know, and we don't know exactly what it is about them. But I guarantee you, a lot of times it's not nothing superficial, you know. We want to really rock with a person. We want to get to that dark side of you. We want to get to that real side of you, I'm gonna say. We want to get to the real side of you, the side that you keep under wraps, because we know that that's the true self. The part of people that we keep, the part of us that we keep hidden, is really the true self. You know, the moon, you know, was secret, was hidden. The sun is the ego a lot of times, and it's the identity that we have based ourselves around, based off, you know, conditioning and programming growing up. You know, we've been taught to be certain ways, and we've been taught, oh, this isn't good to be, and that's not okay to do, and, you know, whoop whoop de whoop, you know. But that's the, we just learn over time to hide that. We learn over time to cover it up with things that are more likable, things that are more friendly to society. But people just not really, a lot of people just really not ready to uncover or get back to their true self, because for one, they may be too scared to, you know, they may be wrapped up in what other people may think, you know. And with Scorpio, it's like, you can let your hair down. And that's another reason why a lot of people might be infatuated with us or obsessed with us, because they know that they can let their hair down with us. They can just be bare and naked. And that's why people come to us and just let out things and tell us all type of things that we didn't even ask them about, because we just make people feel safe. We make people feel comfortable. Let your hair down, be you. But a lot of times we can't be that around other people. And that's why we want to get to know people first. That's where I'm at with it. I want to get to know people before I be like, okay, let's do this or let's do that or let's get a title. We in a relationship or whatever. Like, it takes time to get to know people. Somebody can put on a facade and fake for so long and smile in your face and do this and do that, but eventually that mask has to fall. It has to fall. And that's why I'm at the place where I want to take my time with people. Ain't no rush in getting to know me. Ain't no rush in me getting to know you. I know that over time things will play out as they should. Things will definitely play out as they should. And I feel like that's where a lot of people should be. That's why a lot of relationships not working, because people are just too wrapped up in what other people got and what other people are on the surface, and they not really ready. Once a couple months then went past, you in a relationship with somebody after a month. People swear after a month you should be at the next step. And it also reminds me of like them posts I be seeing, like people saying like, after 5 years, like if I ain't got a ring on my finger, then what's the, like, 5 years is a nice time. It's a nice time, but I feel like it's really no people put too many stipulations on things and expectations, and that's why things don't work out, because you expecting this or expecting that, but you're not allowing things to naturally unfold. A lot of people, you're not even meant to be with a lot of people. A lot of times, just have fun and vibe. We all need to learn to vibe and just have fun. And sometimes, for some of us Scorpio people, I won't say it's necessarily me, some Scorpio people might have fun with just having sex and getting to know people in that way, and just exploring their options, and it's okay to explore your options, but not to have sex with all of your options, but to each his own. But most Scorpios are not casual sex people, especially people that have like a decent amount of Scorpio energy, to the point that they just in tune with themselves. Scorpio energy is just in tune with itself, and in tune with the psyche, the parts of us that's hidden. Even though it's ugly, and it's ugly, it's not really ugly, because those are the really beautiful parts of a person. And that's why also I feel like, I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but Scorpio people are not really gonna be getting into a situation for the fake stuff. We get into it because we see it's some beauty in your darkness. It's some beauty in your hidden self that we want to bring out. We want to get to know that. We want to see what it is. Yes, you beautiful on the outside, and yes, the sweet talk and the niceness and the coolness and whatever, it's beautiful. That's beautiful. But hopefully your insides match your outsides. You feel me? Because like I said, people can be really beautiful on the outside. People can be really, really, really beautiful on the outside. But what did they say? I don't know if it's the Bible that said, but like they say the enemy, who the enemy is very beautiful, appears to be very beautiful. But sometimes them be the ones. The most beautiful people have I ain't gonna say that's all, but some of the most superficially beautiful people have some of the ugliest spirits, you know, and they can do some of the most dirtiest things just because they are built up off of that. A lot of people are built up off of their looks and what they got, and you know, how cool they are and all of that. But it does not make you, it does not accommodate for who you are on the inside. Who you are on the inside is who you truly are. And that's all Scorpio want to get to know. Scorpio would just want to get to know the real you. Scorpio want to get to know the deeper side, the inner you, the parts of you that you just don't want to show nobody, because we know that it's a treasure in there somewhere. And a lot of times we may too often see the potential in people and not really take the person at face value, you know, and that's something that we have to work on, you know, seeing the potential and seeing like, oh, you know, and seeing a person's light, seeing that person's light, seeing who they truly can be, you know, but they're just not ready. They just not ready. They not ready. You know, they're not ready. And so, man, you can't get with a person based off their potential. You gotta really see people for who they are. You gotta take time to get to know a person for real. And this may be some, you know, this was just something I had jotted down. This could be once you're in a situation, or it could be getting to know a person. Sometimes we may complicate things unconsciously, you know, or start arguments, not necessarily arguments, but like debates, to the point where, you know, we may be suspicious. We may be too suspicious about something or somebody. And so we may start little debates or start little arguments, and like trying to get a rise out of a person, or trying to see what they hiding, because we can sense when somebody is hiding something. So if a person is not openly, you know, a person is telling you this or that to your face, but you feel and you know something is there, you can't pry that out of somebody. You have to allow that person to either show you or move around. And a lot of times we got to learn to do that. We got to learn to trust our spirit and trust our intuition. When we feel something, we know something ain't right, trust it and move around. Don't even give it time to show itself, because by the time you gave it time to show itself, you got yourself wrapped up in some emotions or some feelings that it's going to be a little bit harder to get out of. You know, but yeah, like, just like constantly trying to, you know, we may be upfront about it, you know, blunt, and tell the person like, nah, something ain't right. You know, something ain't right. You ain't giving me the full rundown of what's going on. You know, and that person gonna obviously, you know, deny it. Especially if it's something that they don't want you to know. They trying to hide it, you know. And we just not finna rock with nobody who can't be honest about their intentions, you know, and we also can't expect people to be honest if they ain't even honest with themselves, you know. But yeah, people will gaslight you, knowing that you know, but they don't know how you know, you know. And sometimes, like I said, it could be suspicion. It could be suspicion because, you know, we just so used to meeting like dark people, or people who try to manipulate us and take advantage of us and take advantage of our empathy. But you know, we just turn to that person that maybe somebody was like that to us, or we just turn into this very suspicious person and just not trusting. And we naturally like that anyway because of our childhoods. You know, we may have had childhoods where we, you know, learn early on it's hard to trust people. You can't put your trust in any and everybody. Excuse me. You cannot put your trust in any and everybody. And that's okay. Take your time. Take your time to get to know people. And another thing is dealing with people who are trying to rush into something, trying to rush into a situation with you, trying to hurry up and get you into a relationship, because they want to possess you. They want to possess you in any way they can, and if they feel like getting in a relationship with you is gonna possess you, because a lot of times people can see that we want something deeper. We not trying to stay on the surface. So some people might manipulate that and be like, oh, they want to be in a relationship, let's get in a relationship, and I'ma still do me. But I'm gonna give you this mask and give you like I'm rocking with you for real, but I'm really not. But I'm still getting what I need out of you. That's something you gotta be careful of, and that's why the main message in this is take your time. Take your time getting to know people before you claim a title with them. Friendship, love, whatever, because we have a lot to offer. We have a lot to, yes, toot your motherfucking horn. If you know yourself, if you know that you have things to offer beyond what's on the surface, beyond, having this or having that, toot your horn. Because it's not many people out here like you. It's not many people out here like you. And people are out here hungry, desperate for the realest thing, and they ain't even got half of what it takes to keep the real thing. So definitely, like, appreciate yourself. Learn to love yourself more, so that you're not giving in to any type of people out here, giving in to any type of situation that presents itself to you just because it look good on the outside. Learn to love yourself and learn to be okay with being alone, because if people notice and sense that you desperate for something real, they will manipulate that. They will manipulate it. And I had like, it's kind of like things are always mirroring back to me, from previous versions of myself, younger versions of myself, because I remember it was a point in time where I was always just like thirsty to be in a relationship, with almost any person I met, because I just was looking for something. I was looking for something real. I was looking for somebody to pour into. I was looking for somebody to share real, genuine love with. But somebody told me one day, like, you don't always have to be in a relationship. It don't always have to be serious, and it took a little while after that, for me to really dive into myself and start pouring into myself and loving myself and really understanding that, it's about you first. If you don't love you first, if you don't care for you first, people are going to use you. People are going to use you and use your need or your desire for real love and use it against you. People are going to use it against you. So you got to be smart out here, because it's vampires, it's all type of shit out here. Soulless beings, you name it. You name it. It's all types of people out here that just want to suck you dry for your light, for that realness in you, that capacity to house or hold their darkness. They know that you can hold their darkness. They know that you can hold space, not hold it, but they know that you can hold space for them in their vulnerability, but they don't have that to hold for you. But trust and believe that it is somebody out there for you that is worthy of what you have to offer. But we got to be patient enough. We got to be patient enough and not be trying to seek it either. You can be open to it, but don't be like overly trying to seek it. Like, oh, is this it? Is this it? Because I catch myself in that sometimes. Like, is this it? Is this it? And you just gotta be chill. You just gotta be chill, and you just gotta observe. the situations that present themselves to you, because a lot of times it's just lessons in a lot of the people that we meet. You know, Venus and Scorpio, Moon and Scorpio, we are going to experience some karmic situations that are going to help us to blossom. I'm going to just put it in the most beautiful way possible, because, you know, it's put in a way where, you know, we're going to just always have these dark relationships or bad relationships. But I just like to flip the narrative and see it in a more light way, that, you know, these situations are helping to shape us. Even the situations that we went through in our younger years, you know, just, and this message can even go for my Capricorn people, because I'm a Capricorn sun, Capricorn Mercury. I got a Capricorn and Scorpio stellium. So, you know, I feel like it can go for both, but I'm talking to my Scorpios, because this is Scorpio energy. Scorpio energy. I feel like I'm a Scorpio at heart. So, you know, we just man, we done been through some things, and, you know, it's gonna be flipped in a dark manner, but see it in a light manner. See it in a light manner, and know that everything that we going through, no matter how hard, no matter how gritty it is, it's just preparing us for what we really deserve. It's preparing us for, you know, the love of ourselves. You know, if you're really ready for that, if you're really genuinely and honestly ready to love yourself and ready to dive into yourself, or if you're already in that space, and it's just, like I said, an everlasting journey, you know, it's beautiful. Sometimes, yeah, you want somebody by your side and to share that happiness of yourself with, and that love of yourself. But in the meantime, loving on yourself and everything is more important than, you know, being sucked dry and used for what you know you got to offer. Continue to offer it to yourself. Everything that you want to pour into somebody else, it might seem a little illusory at first. Like, how do you do that? Just do things that you enjoy doing. Write. You know, make music if you do that. Draw, paint. You know, go for walks by yourself. Go on dates by yourself. Go eat by yourself. You know, whatever. Do things that you really enjoy. Travel by yourself. When you travel by yourself, you learn so much. And sometimes having other people there, you know, if they not in that same headspace as you, they can distort your experience. You know, they can distort, like, really, like, what you can be open to, because we just see the details of everything. But I'm you know, I'm just talking, but all of this is this video long. But if you watching this far, I really appreciate you, because, you know, I really mean this, you know, from the bottom of my heart, to express to those out there that need this message, you know, because I'm just like realizing a lot of stuff lately, you know. And as you become more in love with yourself and more in tune with yourself, you gonna attract more and more people that come to you with very minuscule desires, like very small or shallow reasons to want to fuck with you. You gonna meet a lot of people like that, and it's okay. But you, at this point, you know, you gonna be able to discern, like, you know, it might not be right away evident, but you're gonna be able to pinpoint, like, that person ain't on shit, you know, or this person, you know, got some hidden intention. I can't pinpoint what it is, but it's there. And sometimes it's gonna be hard to remove yourselves, because you want to see, like I was saying earlier, you want to see, but they don't be worth it. People don't be worth it, because they just only in the end gonna get what they got and be gone. You know, and you gonna be picking your, and this, I'll say this too, as you get into a space of knowing yourself more and loving yourself more, things won't be as hard to move on from. They won't be as hard to move on from because you gonna know your worth. You're gonna know your worth and you're gonna know your value, and you're gonna be like, fuck that, I don't need that. You know, and you might walk away from situations faster too. You might be real quick to cut a motherfucker off because you know, like, what? You really think I need you? Or you really think, like, you know, I ain't peep your bullshit a long time ago? You know, I was just chilling. Or just waiting for the ball to drop. You feel me? Like, it's people just gonna be more easier to see through their ass, because they gonna be coming with all type of shit. They gonna be coming left and right from every corner, and you gonna be like, I see your bitch ass, I see you. I see you. You feel me? So that's really all I just wanted to talk to y'all about, for real, because I ain't gonna make it an hour. I could make it an hour, but I'm not, because I said pretty much everything I needed to say, everything I wanted to say, and I really hope that this message has resonated with you heavily. I hope it sticks with you, and you come back to this video as much as you need to, as much as you want to, because, you know, it's always here. And eventually I might start doing like some type of like personal counseling or guidance with people, because I feel like I'm at that point where I can start, like, you know, helping people to dive deeper into themselves and work out the kinks. I'm still working out my own kinks, but, you know, I just know I'm at a certain point where I can start teaching people and helping people, you know. So if this video resonated with you, please drop some comments down below. You know, let me know what y'all think. Share your experiences. You know, I may not always have the most in-depth response, but it's, you know, it's hard sometimes. A lot of people commenting. I'm just being honest. But yeah, like this video, please. Share it to your Scorpio friends or whoever. Just share the video, because this video can really resonate for anybody. It can resonate for anybody. You know, just because you're not Scorpio or whatever, you might have some depth to you. Other water signs or earth signs, because I don't know about air and fire. Like, you know, I just look at the energy in itself, and it's not as stable as earth and water. And water is not always stable, but you know what I mean. Water is deep, you know, and so it has a capacity to hold, like, you know, just deeper, more solid things. It's more closely connected to earth. So yeah, again, please hit that subscribe button, like this video, drop y'all comments below. Please check out my music. I will leave all the little links in the description box, and I really appreciate y'all for tapping in. Melody checking out.